niwl eitha trwchus yn ffurfio hyn yma a'r tymheredd eto yn yw 2 radd islawr rhywbwynt a mi fydd hi'n rhewin enwedig tua'r mewndir ac yn y manna cysgodol. Bore fory felly yn ddechreuad oer, yn ddechreuad niwlog, ond eto fory yn sych, cyfnod a braf, gwynt ysgafn 10 gradd ar ucha a fawr o newid unwaith eto dydd Mawrth pnawn da.
Pêl-droed byw rwan ar S4 wrth i Pen-y-bont herio Treffynon yn rownd 8 olaf Cwpan Cymru JD, ac mae sylwedd Saesneg ar gael ar y botwm coch. English language commentary is available for Sky Plus, Freeview or Virgin Media viewers. Just press the red button. If you have a TiVo box or Sky Q box, please access settings and use the audio selection option. Any problems, please contact our viewers hotline.
Mae wedi gwneud ei benderfyniad, a does neb yn gallu dadlau ag e. Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Y tro cyntaf i'r naill dîm neu'r llall fod yn 8 ola rownd Cwpan Cymru. Mae Snake yn aros yma'r bêl mewn i'r cwrcas bydd y gyfle fan hyn. A mae Clutton wedi rhoi Pen-y-bont ar y blaen. Dyhyn yn chwilio am Lion. Mae Lion yn mynd i roi ffynod taf yn gyfartal. A dyna chi drama ar ddiwedd yr hanner cyntaf. Mertens, ydy o'n allu taro'r target. Gwyddoch chi be mae ffynod taf ar y blaen. A mae capten Ffynnon Taf wedi cael ei hel o'r maes ac ai dyna fydd y trobwynt. Bel yn dod i Snake! Ac yn y diwedd mae rhywbeth yn mynd yn iawn i Sam Snake. Davies, o mae'n creu bach o le, di'n mynd i hir, a mae'n mewn! Ac yn sydyn, mae'r gêm di throi ar ei ben, Jeffries yn sgorio. Tor calon i Hillman a'i dîm. Pen-y-bont, tair, Ffynnon Taf 2. Dyna pan da ni caru pêl-droed.
O Ffynnon Taf i Dre Ffynnon. Mae yna bach o déjà vu i Pen-y-bont heddi wrth i nhw anelu i fynd un cam ymhellach na llynedd a chodi Cwpan Cymru. Ond hon fydd yr her anoddaf i dîm Rhys Griffiths yn y gystadleuaeth hyd yma yn erbyn tîm sy'n ail yng Nghyngrair y Gogledd ar ôl ennill i 15 gêm gyngrair yn olynol. Ie, dyma ni gêm olaf rownd 8 olaf Cwpan Cymru penwythnos yma. Gall yr ymwelwyr ffynnu o dan y pwysau heddiw ac achosi sioc y penwythnos. Pen-y-bont yn erbyn Tre Ffynnon yn fyw ar S4C ac mae'n braf iawn cael eich cwmni chi a mae'n braf iawn cael cwmni Owain Tudor-Jones prynhawn. Ti'n iawn, Ows?
Dwi'n gres, diolch yn fawr, Sioned.
Reit te, wrth gwrs ar bapur, Pen-y-bont, tîm o'r uwch gyngrair fydd y ffefrynnau heddi, ond Ows, gyda'r momentum a'r rhediad arbennig mae Tre Ffynnon ar, yw heddi mynd i fod mor hawdd a be mae pobl yn disgwyl?
Ie, am rediad i weld unrhyw dîm ar unrhyw lefel sydd wedi ennill 18 allan o 19 gêm, ti'n meddwl mae hein yn mynd i fod yn broblem i unrhyw un. Felly mae rhaid i Pen-y-bont fod ar ei gora, neu'n agos at ei gora, a mi fydden nhw'n ymwybodol o'r ffaith yna. Just i osgoi, do'n na ddim sioc yn y rownd yma blwyddyn dwytha yn y gêm yn erbyn Ffynnon Taf, ond oedd hi'n agos iawn i fod yn sioc. Fydden nhw'n gobeithio osgoi a cael prawn cyffyrddus. Dwi'n meddwl fydd hi.
Oedd, mae'n bwysig pido cymryd unrhyw beth yn ganiataol yng Nghwpan Cymru. Wel, dyma yw gêm ola'r penwythnos. Mi oedd yna gemau ddo, a fi wastad yn edrych am term Cymraeg ar gyfer y term cupset, ond ni dal i ffindo un. Dim cupsets ddo, Ceicona yn ennill yn erbyn Ebers, Cwmbran Celtaidd yn colli i'r deiliaid presennol y Seintiau Newydd, a wedyn ni y Bala yn fuddigol yn erbyn Llan Sawel. Ie, rhamant y cwpan gall unrhyw beth ddigwydd. Beth o'n mynd i glywed gan y ddau rheolwr maen nhw wedi bod yn siarad gyda'n gohebydd ni Ifan Gwilym.
Johnny, 15 consecutive wins in the league. How do you transform that into a win today? Well, we've just been taking one game at a time. Obviously, league's is our priority to do well in that, but we want to do a good run in the cup as well this season. So it's something we needed to improve on. We're obviously happy to be here, and we want to keep that run going as long as possible.
Well, I think we just got to stay honest, really. Stick to our principles, stick to doing what we do best. And I think it'll cause them a lot of problems if we start doing things that we don't normally do. That's where things start to fall apart a little bit. This time last year, we had a really messy encounter against Holywell, and that was largely because Holywell were great on the day, but also because we started doing a few things that we don't normally do. So we've got to make sure we don't do that today.
Pen-y-bont, we know a lot about them and how they play and what a good side they are as well. So we're under no illusions how tough the game's going to be. But you know, on a day, you know, we feel we can give anybody a game. It's a big test for us, and we'll see as the afternoon goes on how big of a test it'll become.
Oh, it's huge for us. I was just saying to the team now and there, with Sean McDonald as an example, he didn't know what the Welsh Cup was all about until last year, but now he knows. So until you've actually been in that final in particular, you don't realise what it means. And it doesn't have to be 40,000 people in the stadium. It's got a feel about it, which is almost nostalgic and hereditary and history and all those things. And we want to be a part of that again.
Y ddau rheolwr yn barod amdani, felly Owain, nawn ni ffocysu ar Dre Ffynnon I ddechrau. Nawr, i ni ddim yn
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
gryfderau nhw, a fel gallen nhw wneud bywyd yn anodd I Pen-y-bont heddi?
Wel, maen nhw'n gallu sgorio goliau. Mae gen nhw ymosodwyr yn Forbes ac Andrews sydd yn cyfuno'n dda wedi sgorio goliau. Maen nhw'n swnio fatha cwmni cyfreithwyr, ond sgorwyr goliau naturiol ydyn nhw. Ond, os maen nhw'n mynd I gael llwyddiant heddiw, peidio ildio. Does yna neb di ildio llai na Tre Ffynnon yn y gyngred Cymru North. Felly, bydden nhw'n ddibynnol ar boes profiadol fel Cai Edwards wrth gwrs, ond jyst yr uned na, cadw'n dyn a gwneud yn siŵr os mae'n mynd yn hwyr, bydden nhw jyst yn gallu cipio rhyw gol fach fel mae'r gêm yn mynd yn ei flaen.
Ie, a nôl yn 2014, nath Tre Ffynnon gyrraedd y rownd gynderfynol, felly bydde ail greu hwnna heddi yn dipyn o beth. Pen-y-bont llynedd wedi cyrraedd y rownd derfynol, colli'r seintiau newydd yn anffodus. Yw hwnna'n dod â bach mwy o bwysau I nhw heddi, ac yw heddi'n gêm beryglus I Rhys Griffiths?
Mae'n gêm beryglus, heb os. Maen nhw'n gwybod bod rhaid nhw fod ar ei gorau, ond be fysa llynedd wedi wneud ydy jyst rhoi blas bach, cyrraedd y ffeinal, tan gyflawni yn y ffeinal, oedden nhw ar ei holi yn gyffyrddus a tan cael cwbl o goliau hwyr. Ond fydden nhw wedi cael y blas yn meddwl, da ni eisiau hynna eto, da ni eisiau cyrraedd Ewrop am y tro cynta, a dyna fydd y neges gan Rhys Griffiths yn ystafell newid na.
A fel I ni'n clywed gan reolwr Pen-y-bont bron yn wythnosol, cyrraedd Ewrop yw'r nod I Pen-y-bont a bydde ennill Cwpan Cymru yn sicrhau hynny. A mae'r gic gyntaf yn agosau fan hyn yn yr heilwen yn Pen-y-bont. Mae'r cefnogwyr wedi dechrau cyrraedd. Y gic gyntaf yn agosau. Dewch nôl ato ni ar ôl yr egwyl.
Ti di dod ar bibs?
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C. Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Croeso nôl ato ni, rownd 8 olaf Cwpan Cymru sydd gyda ni ar eich cyfer chi heddiw. Pen-y-bont yn erbyn Tre-Ffynnon yn fyw ar S4C. And as we do on every game here on Sgorio, English language commentary is available on the red button with Dylan Ebenezer and Tommy Morgan. I know they would absolutely love your company over there. Ac yn y Gymraeg i fynd â chi trwy'r gêm prynhawn ma, mae Nick Parry a Malcolm Allen. Maen nhw'n edrych fel bod nhw'n tor-heilio.
Welcome to the Welsh Cup, the last game in the last 8. Pen-y-bont welcome Holywell for this big game. Early afternoon kick-off as well. Pen-y-bont all in blue and Holywell in the red and white. Let's have a look at the team news first. It's third in the Cymru Prem against third in the Cymru North. One change each. Ryan Reynolds missing out. Ashley Evans back for Pen-y-bont, and for Holywell, Mark Winslade comes into the starting 11. Morgan Murray out, for plenty of Cymru Premier experience over the years in this Holywell team. And I'm joined by Tommy Morgan. What do you make of it, Tommy?
Yeah, interesting. Pen-y-bont's lined up there. Ashley Evans coming in, Ryan Reynolds there. Cian Raphael, he's been amongst the goals recently. And Nathan Wood, he'll be a big danger for Holywell down that left-hand side for the home side. Obviously, Tre-Ffynnon, 3-4-3 there, really. Could well become a 3-5-2. I think they'll look for the first 20 minutes to keep things quiet. And,
keeping a close eye on Tom Bibby this afternoon in midfield for them, Tommy.
Yes, the imposing central midfield player. Just came back from America in the summer, so he'll be looking to get some good tackles in early in this game, and might be a good clash between him and Ashley Evans. And
what about Costa Jajowski's on form as well?
Yeah, certainly. He missed most of last season through injury, Jajowski, and certainly been transferred into a more central role by Rhys Griffiths, and he'll pose a big threat to Holywell this afternoon with his pace and goal-scoring ability.
Hugh Jones, the referee this afternoon. Short sleeves as well in the sunshine. Bit nippy here in Pen-y-bont, but we're not complaining. And here's Johnny Haselden. Been here for 10 years. Left for a while, a few months in the middle, but what a job he's done.
Yeah, been a great servant to Holywell Football Club, and you know, except for a couple of defeats early in the season, they're really chasing down Colwyn Bay the best they can. And obviously Colwyn Bay in the Northern League doing particularly well this season. So, but you never know in football. Got to keep persevering.
Well, it's 15 wins in a row for Holywell. Incredible run, but they're up against one of the best teams in the Cymru Prem, who are 100% in 2023. 5 wins out of 5. It's a very happy new year for Rhys Griffiths' team so far. Losing finalists last season, and determined to learn from the experiences of last season. As Holywell have an early chance. Back it goes. Plenty back for Pen-y-bont. That'll encourage them. And what's encouraging me straight away, we were warned that the red and white stripes, it would be hard to see the numbers. Well, I'm pleased to say we can see the numbers, Tommy.
Even with your glasses, Dylan, yeah. Yeah, good start for Holywell there, down that right-hand side. Andrews and Forbes been amongst the goals this season. I think it's really important for Pen-y-bont that they move the ball really quickly today. Haven't got the luxury of having been able to water the pitch, but
first touch for Jajowski as we see the Welsh language commentators. Owain Tudur Jones having to do with the
The only bit of shade on the gantry by the looks of it. Nick and Malcolm sunbathing there, as usual. Miles Davis keeps it in. Jojewski moves it on. Ashley Evans back in the team today, missed out last week. Welsh Cup winner, Ashley Evans, I should say. And we're back to Josh Yorwerth. Relatively new name with Pen-y-bont. And back to Absalom. Interesting to hear Rhys Griffiths before the game, Tommy, as we break from that touch. Fantastic move there. It's with Woods, top scorer for Pen-y-bont, but Kane Owen, beautiful touch, as you expect from the captain, Kane Owen. But every time we watch him, there's something special from this player.
Yeah, top quality. I was told when I was young, the most important thing is your first touch, and that first touch was sublime. Released Wood down the left-hand side.
No surprise he's taking the corner as well, that left foot. And he delivers it with his left foot. Work for Holywell to do. Another chance for Owen. Harling's an option. In it goes, bit of panic by the defender. Jake Cook clears for another corner.
Yeah, you can see it, probably a little bit of nerves for the away side in these early few minutes. Second corner.
Woods waiting for it. Woods on fire at the minute. Top scorer for Pen-y-bont. They'll have another chance, just waiting for the ball.
Got some imposing characters to pick out there as Kane Owen.
They're pretty much full strength at the minute as well, Pen-y-bont. We've got plenty of time. We'll discuss the end of last season and everything went wrong in the build-up to that Welsh Cup final. Different story this year. Owen drills it across. A low header comes in at the end. I think it was Jeffries who got his head to it.
Yeah. Had that train there. Just gets away from his marker there, but couldn't direct his header on target.
Here's the manager, Rhys Griffiths. 6th season in charge now here at Pen-y-bont. Welsh Cup winner himself, of course, back in 2011 with Llanelli. Very determined character, shall we say, Tommy. Doesn't like to lose.
No, certainly not the best loser in the world. Nothing wrong with that.
I'd have thought you'd have said that. Speaking of Welsh Cup winners, Tommy Morgan himself, a Welsh Cup winner. Headed away by Yorwerth. Raffel in fine form as well at the minute. Keon Raffel. They're looking for Miles Davis. Great header by Miles Davis. Jojewski offside, but slick passing as well. Harling at the end of it in the end. Saw them a couple of good goals against Newtown last week as well. They're a team that, when they're on the same level, they do like to ping it about a bit, Tommy.
Yeah, excellent. What Pen-y-bont do really well is they're two centre-backs. They can, drive a ball at pace, and they're obviously looking for the diagonal balls to their flank players, Kane Owen and Miles Davis. So that is, if Holywell are going to be successful today, they need to negate that threat for me.
Mark Winslade winning the header, but conceding the foul against Mark Little. Left his mark as well, I think, on that one. We'll see this one again.
Not too much wrong with that. I think Hugh Jones hasn't played the game. Really. Can't see what he did really wrong there. Just the only thing I can think is he came from behind the defender.
Didn't seem to be too much in it. I'll agree with Tommy Morgan. Change. Does Mark Jones agree with you usually, Tommy?
Not very often. It's a big change for me.
Pen-y-bont pushing them up. Absalom, the goalkeeper. Interesting to see Josh Yorwerth still up there. Pen-y-bont slowly pushing up here. Everybody apart from Absalom, the goalkeeper, in Holywell's half. Can they reach the semi-final again, Holywell? Great story a few seasons ago when they got to the semi-final. It's going to be a tough ask this afternoon. Ashley Evans controlling stuff. Owen again on that left foot. And Holywell giving it away straight away. Just when they need some possession, when they need to quiet things down, Pen-y-bont back in action. Raffel. Pressure mounts. It's going to be another corner.
Yeah.
6 minutes gone, but all Pen-y-bont so far, Tommy.
Yeah, Ian up Gareth there. Just give the ball away on the edge of the box. Good defensive header out, and then just surrendered possession far too easy.
Now looking at Jeffries and Yorwerth, some tall players up there for Pen-y-bont. Miles Davis, not the tallest, but he's great leap on him.
Yeah, certainly can time his jump really well, Miles Davis.
Nathan Wood waiting for it. They're all waiting for the captain's pass. Owen. Yorwerth is in there. Miles Davis turns well. Kai Edwards clears. 4-time Welsh Cup winner Kai Edwards. Ashley Evans ambitious. Now then, can Holywell create something? Dan Andrews, the captain. Possession at last for the Well men, the visitors. Third in the Cymru North. Travelling to face the team that are third in the Cymru Premier. Zeb Edwards here, brother of Kai Edwards. Footballing family. Noah Edwards with Carnarvon. They've given it away. Miles Davis as well. Georgievski. Strong challenge, to say the least, on Georgievski. Sullivan.
I'm sure must be a thought going through Hugh Jones's mind there that brandishing a yellow card. I think looking at it, Dylan, that Rhys Griffiths' team probably learned a lesson from last year's game against Taftswell when they really struggled to get over the line.
They took an early lead, didn't they? And then just, I guess the manager himself would say, they switched off for a bit. Yeah. Taftswell came right back into it, nearly gave them a massive shock. And I'm sure they'll have learned from that. Kane Owen again. No problem for the visitors. Ilan Ap Gareth. Little. Flicks it back. Harling asks for the free kick, gets a free kick.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Ilan Ap Gareth. What can he do there? There's no way you can get out the way of that.
Are they going to see a few decisions that might not be given in the Cymru North being given this afternoon? I don't know, maybe they all look like decent decisions, but there might be a slight difference in the way the officials look at things. Owen, well, first touch on by Woods, trying to create something. Out comes Cian Jones. At least they tried something different, I guess, in the free kick.
Absolutely. Just trying to catch Holywell off guard there.
Might have penalties this afternoon, by the way. No extra time. If it's a draw, straight to penalties. It's a cup game, so we're allowed to chuck every single cliche at it. In commentary, will Holywell be counting these stages? They're about to reach 10 minutes, 0-0. They'll be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think, possession-wise, 53% to the home side at the moment. 26 and 21 to nobody. Our statisticians are really on the ball.
I was trying to do the maths. I can't. Yorwerth doesn't mess about. Off it goes. Josh Yorwerth just joined Pen-y-bont. Served a 4-year ban. He was banned from football for 4 years for evading a drug test. Didn't fail a drug test, but the fact that he evaded one meant he got the maximum punishment. And Rhys Griffiths has given him a second chance. He's admitted himself problems as a youngster. Yorwerth was with Ipswich and Peterborough. Holywell was glancing quickly over. It went in the end. The captain, Dan Andrews, fancied his chances, and do you know what? He wasn't too far away.
Yeah, nice little move from the throw-in here. Andrews seized an opportunity and outside of his left foot on the volley. Had his manager excited for a couple of seconds there.
scored in the last round. The captain. Got a few assists to his name as well. Forbes for Holywell.
Forbes is a bit of an unfamiliar role this afternoon, playing wide on the right. He normally supports Andrews up front.
There's a chance again. Yorwerth forcing him wide. Oh, got the shot away. Good effort by Mark Winslade. Has scored in the Welsh Cup this season. Wouldn't be a bad day to double his tally.
He has a good turn there, but has a poor effort there.
A free kick going in favour of Holywell. Sure, that'll help. A couple of half chances.
Yeah, certainly. Just settling into the game. As you'd expect, you know, away from home, quarter-final of Cup. Just seen that effort there. Didn't really get hold of it, Winsdale.
While Davis up against it. "12 minutes gone, 0-0. Chance for Holywell to push a few players into the Pen-y-bont half. They'll go back to Kai Edwards.
Interesting to see everybody back for Rhys Griffiths' team.
The Well men going to sniff out an opportunity. Ilan Ap Gareth got on the end of it. No problem for Pen-y-bont. Mentioning Kai Edwards earlier. So experienced. Won the Welsh Cup 4 times.
Yeah, certainly been a stalwart, really, Dylan.
He's still going.
Over the years, yeah, absolutely.
And as we were saying, his brother here, yeah, Zeb Edwards here as well. Noah with Carnarvon. Zayak is the 4th brother. Also a decent footballer, not with the club at the minute. Problems here maybe. Holywell, is it a chance? Chance for the first goal, and they've struck! The visitors have scored! Dan Andrews, the captain, Captain Marvel, has put Holywell ahead. What a moment for the visitors. What a story we may have here in the Welsh Cup. 14 minutes gone, it's been all Pen-y-bont, but suddenly Holywell have struck.
Well, previous to this, they've shown their teeth a couple of times, but really, really poor defending by the centre half there. Just gets underneath the ball, but what an accomplished finish. Lifts the ball, the volley over the keeper. And it was a poor bit of defensive play there by Daniel Jeffries, and punished to the ultimate by the skipper, Danny Andrews. He took that really well, Dylan. Terrific. Could easily have panicked there.
Look at the bench. That's what it means to them. What a moment. Didn't expect that, Tommy.
No, we didn't. But to be fair to Holywell, they had 2 efforts previous to that. Came to nothing, but just showed that they've got, you know, that ability to get in behind the defence.
It's funny, isn't it? It's been all Pen-y-bont, and then suddenly just a couple of moments, half chances, and there we go. Pen-y-bont under pressure. Now, how are they going to respond? They must be thinking, oh, we've been here before last season.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
You've got the experience then.
The Well men. Well for the Well men. They're ahead 1-0.
Something must have happened to Yorwerth as he's got to go off and change his socks, I think, is it? Because you can't have under socks that are different. I'm not sure what the rules are these days. So many different rules.
He's back on. Problems for Pen-y-bont. Potentially a shock. And there's some arguing going over on the other side now. Kane Owen in the middle of it. The Holywell bench not happy. Haseldin's out. He's trying to get the ball, basically, Kane Owen.
Yeah.
He thought one of the Holywell players was being slow and giving him the ball. There wasn't much in it. It's obviously who's going to enjoy these? Who's going to enjoy these moments more? Will Holywell be enjoying the fact that they may have rattled them?
I think that's the problem, having, you know, dugout so close to the field of play.
There's a lot going on right on the edge of the pitch. And Holywell now, they've got something to defend. I know it's a long way to go, but they're going to love this. Just have a look at this incident again. This is what happened. So it's David Forbes really not giving the ball back. I said we'd mention the cliches. Handbags, Tommy.
Oh, absolutely. Just a bit of tension. Sunday morning, Sunday lunchtime. Should be down the pub, shouldn't they?
It's the place to be. Especially with this scoreline. Kean Jones lifts it high. And there's another free kick. You can hear some of the players reacting to that. Some of the Holywell players not quite agreeing, shall we say, with the decision. There's a few choice words being said. If you can hear a few of them, apologies if some of the bad language is creeping out to the microphones.
Just looks to me as if some of the Holywell players can look after themselves as well, Dylan.
Well, they're no mugs. Good header forwards by Orworth. On again. Harling, Pen-y-bont trying to hit back straight away. Miles Davis will let it go out. Oh, we're talking third in the Cymru North. They've only, well, they were second until yesterday. Llandudno have gone above them, but only Llandudno and Colwyn Bay above them. Two very good teams, so Holywell, the fact that they're up there says everything. Miles Davis looking for a blue shirt. Red and white. Holywell clear as well. Little and Miles Davis not on the same wavelength there. I was talking about the cup run they had when they got to the semi-final a few years ago. 2014 they got to the semi-final, beat Newtown on the way, lost to Aberystwyth in the semi-final. Before we went to the semi-final, I went to film with Holywell. I went into the well in Holywell, Tommy.
And you've never been the same since.
I'm still cold. St Winifred's Well. They say the water has healing properties. Might even guarantee a few miracles as well. There could be one on the cards today. Familiar face here, Tommy. Mark Conley, part of the Holywell setup now.
Yeah, very familiar face. Bala, Rill, number of clubs. Just a genuine all-round good guy, Mark Conley. Had a quick chat with him before the game. They're really looking forward to this encounter.
Woods sniffing out an opportunity. Edwards across. All his experience there, not just clearing, but gets the goal kick as well.
Well, they'll need all his experience for the next hour or so, this game, that's for sure.
Still going, 31 now, ever present this season in the league and the cup as well. By the way, Welsh Cup action on S4C Monday nights, just after 9:30. You can see it again on 6:30 on Tuesday as well. Goal of the month will be in there as an added treat for you. Georgievski flicks it on, looking for Rafael, but Edwards is there again. Orworth, and it's back with the visitors. Forbes. Well, they've settled now, definitely. Zeb Edwards again. Good passage of play.
Any nerves the ball nicely. Yeah.
Nerves have gone now, Tommy?
I think so, yeah.
20 minutes gone. I was asking you after 10 minutes. They'll be glad to reach 10 minutes. Well, the last 10 minutes have been very positive for Holywell. And it's been a quarter-final stage of few shocks. Well, none whatsoever. The new Saints, Bala, Connorskey, all through. Well, can they strike again here? Holywell, he fancies his chances, the captain. Going to get power behind it, trying to place it. But again, they've got plenty of bodies in the box if they can get this across. A chance for them. Bibby lifts it in as well. Orworth did well. Oh no, when? Not sure Rhys Griffiths would like to see that. His captain taking a risk. There's offsides, but they nicked it back. Playing with fire there for a minute.
Yeah, decent ball in the box there. Yorwerth had to be at his best to win that header initially from the cross from this left-hand side. Just seeing it coming in there. Yes. Done well there, keeper. Not too sure about his positioning there. Yorwerth come to his rescue there, that's for sure.
He's certainly a presence, Josh Yorwerth. Interesting signing for Pen-y-bont. This stage last year, got through against Tapswell, got to the final, lost the final 3-2 against the New Saints. The scoreline sounds closer than it was. They were 3-0 down for most of the game, scored 2 late goals, a glimmer of hope. But the end of last season was an absolute car crash for Pen-y-bont. They lost their last 9. Injuries, they were resting players for the Welsh Cup. They just got it horribly wrong. You think, again, is that going to help them this season going into the second stage?
Well, you certainly would have thought so. I mean, you know, they're probably still the favourites to win this game and get through being, you know, they're playing at home, but you just don't know in football. Things change really, really quickly. And the thing is, I was talking, you know, before the game, they've got everybody back now. They've got a full squad. I mean, Lewis Clutton not even on the bench today. He got
yeah, full strength. But look at that, the total change of possession just shows how well Holywell have done in the last 10 minutes or so. Halfway through the first half as well. They're 1-0 up. What a story we have here at the minute. Yorwerth again wins it in the air. He's such a presence for Holywell. Ilan Ap Gareth, back it goes. Forbes. And they're playing it well. It's not just hit and hope here from Holywell. As you'd expect, maybe 15 wins in a row. You think they'd have some confidence?
Yeah, certainly. When you're, you know, on a really good run, it does breed that confidence. And obviously, the players would have been a little bit.
Well, the goalkeeper came out. It's gone against them as well. I'm not sure about that. Ilan Ap Gareth went in. I have to say, first impression was the ball was there. And they're not happy.
That's a harsh decision, I think.
They've had a few, I've got to be honest.
So far, all of them gone against them, but certainly that one, if you see this one again, you're right by it. He's gone to a genuine attempt for the ball. The keeper's come out with his hands right up in the air. If anything, you've got to give a foul. Well, he possibly had got to touch the ball before Ilan Ap Gareth, but well.
Wasn't much in it.
No.
Just for balance, I should point out, former striker Tommy Morgan. It looked like it was there, for the challenge was there, to be fair, and the goalkeeper could come out using his hands, so...
Yeah, that's a big advantage, having to use your hands, let's be honest.
Not a bad one. Keelan Absalom, 5 clean sheets in the last 6 games he's conceded today. He's represented Wales at under-21 level as well, as Jeffries lifts it for Georgievski. Haven't seen much of the winger yet. Little. Georgievski in fine form. Little. Another experienced player. Mark Little.
Here comes another long throw. Maybe not.
Miles Davis. Looks for Georgievski. Lovely ball by Miles Davis. Where's it going to land? Well, it lands again to Ilan Ap Gareth in the middle of things, in midfield and supporting the forwards as well. 25 minutes gone. 1-0 Holywell. What a story here in the Welsh Cup. Semi-final awaits one of these two teams. It's all Cymru Prem so far. The New Saints, Bala, Connors Key.
Well, the positioning now of Kane Owen and Miles Davis are really giving the team lots of width.
Cook clips it forwards. Andrews, captain and goal scorer. It's back with Cook. Fancies a run down the wing. He's got some support in the middle as well. Good effort by Cook. Bibby. Well, sold him a bit short. Still got it. Little's watching.
Excellent passes to play though. They keep in possession. The one thing I like about Holywell, they don't mind going backwards to keep possession.
They look a very decent team. And the surprising thing for both these teams, until today, no home games in the Cup. This is Pen-y-bont's first home game. Holywell is still... Well, they've done all right so far. All the away games. Llanuwchlyn, Hakin and Gilsfield. The opponents for Holywell. Oh, they turned well here. He had more time there, I think, Winslade. He turned his defender. Superb effort. I think he had more time.
Again, an example of some poor defending. Winsdale just turns his man, and his choice of having an effort trying to score the near post was pretty poor, to be honest. But that is far, far too easy. Just came inside little, and he had a player just to his left-hand side there.
Andrews had made a run as well. The captain, I'm not saying he was clear, but he's definitely an option in the middle. It's easy for me to say. I'd have smashed it wide. I wouldn't have even been there. On again they go. Ilan off Gareth. Winslade is chasing everything at the minute, dragging Jeffries out wide as well.
To be fair to Winsdale, he's been a real thorn in the side of Pen-y-bont so far. Very energetic.
Well,
I think the problem Holywell have got is they got Pen-y-bont have got is because Winsdale and Forbes move around quite a bit. They're three centre defenders don't know who they're tracking or who they're marking.
Kai Edwards, plenty of options in the middle, disappointing in the end, straight down the throat of Absalom. I was saying Holywell's run, 15 wins in a row. Shaky start of the season. Since then they've been sensational. Pen-y-bont as well, 100% in 2023, 5 wins in a row, 1 goal conceded until today. That is Miles Davis. They've got the experience, they've got the talent in this team to turn it round, but they're going to have to work for it this afternoon. Another free kick goes against Holywell. Sullivan, and there's a yellow cards. Is that just a culmination of a few tackles?
Well, yes, I think that's about his third time he's
joint top scorer, by the way. He's got 10 goals from defence, Sullivan.
And they haven't let go on yet, have they?
No, good point. Work to do here. Kane Owen, the cross. The blue shirts of Pen-y-bont waiting in the middle. Rafael! Well, he smashed it wide in the end. My voice went high-pitched. Rafael, what a chance there. We'll see it again. That looked like a great chance for Pen-y-bont to draw level.
That's a golden opportunity for Rafael there. I mean, just got underneath that header. But what an opportunity.
Huge chance, isn't it? Huge chance.
Absolutely. Oh, that should definitely be the equaliser.
2 goals in the last 3 games as well. He scored 2, created 2 on form.
Yeah, certainly he'll be disappointed with that effort. Probably one of his easier opportunities as well. He needed to hit the target there.
Yeah, disappointing effort. Especially when you've got somebody like this as your manager telling you how to score some goals. Magic spray was out. They need magic water from Holywell. Surely they bring some water from the well. Healing properties. Magic sponge, that would be magic.
Lots of magic with them.
Well, yeah.
So far, man.
Great to see some fans. Here we go, magic of the cup. The more cliches come in thick and fast this afternoon. Half an hour gone. I asked you after 10 minutes how would they be feeling. Tommy, how are they feeling now, Holywell?
I think they're feeling quite comfortable at the moment. To be honest, Pen-y-bont, except for that, that's their first real opportunity of the match.
Off they go again, Cook. Yorworth. Oh, a little shove there on Harling.
Yeah, should need to keep their discipline though, not giving silly free kicks away.
Again, I do wonder if slightly more lenient in the Cymru North. I've seen a few highlights from this season. A few challenges have been going in. Also the pitches, I guess, more 3G. There's a lot that's unfamiliar. But to be ahead after half an hour is great effort.
Yeah, And I think he's talking about grass pitches and 3G. One of the faults for the goal was the ball popped up off the 3G, made it really difficult for Dan Jeffries to head that ball, because he got underneath it. On a grass pitch, that wouldn't have happened.
Pen-y-bont, the home team. You'd think they'd be used to it. As Owen looks for Miles Davis, a run from midfield. Rafael, once again, here they come. Harling, a strong tackle in midfield there. Ilan Gareth flying in against Ashley Evans. No one's pulling out of that one. Iorwerth. Pen-y-bont need to come up with some answers here.
Yeah, to be fair to Holywell, they got a good shape about them.
Harling. Rafael dropping deep. Everybody back for Holywell. Quite patient. Oh, they're going for the Hollywood pass there. I'm sure Holywell would be delighted to see that.
It should be Hollywood, I think.
Hey, thank you, Tommy. Much better.
No, but that shows a bit of frustration. Jeffries there, just a pass to nothing, because there was nothing, none of his midfield players were coming towards him. The one thing Pen-y-bont haven't done so far is they haven't played through midfield. They haven't played the soccer, the football they can.
It's an amazing game, football. That's why we come back every weekend. You never know what's coming. You look at it, 5 wins in a row for Pen-y-bont. Cymru Prem, 3rd in the Cymru Prem. Against a team 3rd in the Cymru North. And I know Holywell are on an amazing run, 15 wins in a row, but still, Pen-y-bont have been doing so well. You're thinking, obviously Holywell, you're thinking they've got a chance, but everything points to Pen-y-bont being too strong for them. And here we are. More than half an hour gone, Holywell ahead, 1-0, and deserve to be ahead as well.
The one thing Pen-y-bont haven't got up front is that, you know, big lad. And Sam Snaith would probably fit the bill perfectly for me this afternoon against, you know, 3 centre-backs that Holywell possess.
He hasn't been starting this season, has he, Sam Snaith? Top scorer last season. We'll watch this developing for a minute as Pen-y-bont play across the back. Holywell making sure they haven't got too much time. Ashley Evans, well, did well in the end. Cook had him under pressure. Now then, Georgievski, haven't seen much of him. Rafael. Georgievski's waiting in the middle. Woods in there as well. Miles Davis an option. Late run by Little. Good move by Pen-y-bont. Comes to nothing in the end.
Yeah, better from Pen-y-bont. Little got himself into a good position there. Just whipped it across the goal. But to be honest, Dolan, they didn't have any players in the box there. Your midfield players should be bursting to get in there. Instead of that, they got 2 players in the box.
They've got players like Harling, who's, well, made his name with the late runs. He has been out recently, Lewis Harling. I wonder if he's feeling it a bit. Played 90 minutes last week, but he's been injured since August, so finding his way back in.
Yeah, certainly.
Just having a look at him, actually. He is feeling his leg, or maybe just adjusting his socks. We'll see now.
I'm surprised, you know, Whitmore, they signed him from Ammanford. I'm surprised he's not in the starting lineup, because he is a very, very energetic, busy player in the centre midfield.
Well, they got some options. Well, they're off again. Wait a minute, Iorwerth, the big defender, did well. Under pressure again from Dan Andrews, Holywell captain. Leading by example, the captain today.
Yeah, certainly putting Jeffries and Iorwerth under pressure when they're in possession of the ball, making it as difficult as possible.
Captain again's lost his way now then, Pen-y-bont. Kai Edwards snuffed it out. And the central defender is in the Pen-y-bont half. They're not shy, they're pushing up here. Holywell battling for everything. Chance on the edge of the box. Snuffed out in the end. Ilan Gareth with the effort. Well, Mal Davis couldn't find a way past. Cook will have to come back for that one. Little closing him down. Great run by the full-back. He's still going. Why not? Cook, options to the right of him. 3 waiting in the middle for the captain, Andrews. Back they go. Maybe could have come in earlier, but still another good move from Holywell. Rafael holds it up. Now there's room for Georgievski. Blue shirts arriving, but not many of them. You look up and that's all you're seeing is red and white at the minute.
Yeah, it's probably Pen-y-bont's best time is when Holywell pushed up, catch him on the counter.
Well, again, Tommy. Deep cross. Nobody there. In blue. Plenty of time for Keane Jones, the goalkeeper. Well, he won't be happy, Rhys Griffiths.
Now, certainly he's moved Miles Davis into centre midfield now, so it's quite interesting.
Ilan Ap Gareth was a guest on the Scoria podcast this week. My invitation must have been lost in the post this week. There's a foul on Georgievski. The Holywell will be enjoying this. You're looking at the history of the team. Obviously, history in Pen-y-bont, but 2 clubs came together in Pen-y-bont, Bryn being one of them. But there's a team in Holywell in 1881. Remarkable. It's not that they haven't been non-stop since then, but there's the roots of football stretch back a long way in the area. There's so much football in that northeast, I guess, in Wales. Yeah. It's incredible.
There's a lot of population there as well, along that A55 corridor.
Absolutely. They were founding members of the North Wales Coast League, as they have to defend here under pressure. Georgievski. And these are dangerous moments here for Holywell. They've looked so comfortable, but suddenly I wonder, can Pen-y-bont strike some uncertainty in the area? But they've got the bodies back now. Little. It's funny, after a just brief stop in play, sometimes concentration slips. There's Little. They did well in the end. Back they came.
Yeah, again, I think Pen-y-bont need to deliver the ball a lot quicker into the box, into the danger area. They did have some men in there. Instead of that, dilly-dallied, too many touches, made it too complicated. It's quite simple, really. And that player, well, ex-player there, still a player now, he lived on early crosses, good delivery as a striker. When you make that run, you need that ball.
I've lost count of how many times you've seen that Rhys Griffiths run. Rafael, good work for Pen-y-bont, under pressure by Kai Edwards. Managed to slow him down. No, I think there's too much pressure from Kai Edwards there. Free kick.
Should have done better there. He's an experienced player. Should have really given that free kick away there. Rafael was going absolutely nowhere there. Just keep the pressure on him.
Did well initially.
He did, yeah, and he's got him turned away. He's going away from goal, and then there's no need to push him there.
Feels like a big moment for Pen-y-bont.
And you just feel that's where they're going to score from, Dylan, at the moment. Not from open play.
Owen clips it in. Yorwerth. Tall defender was there, but great defensive header by Holywell. What a touch by Ashley Evans. Fair play. He was under pressure as well. Bit of niggle here, Forbes on Evans. But that first touch from Ashley Evans and the pass back to the keeper. No messing. Miles Davis lost sight of it. There's Cook again. Having a busy afternoon. Cook protecting the ball so well. Just can't get it off him at the minute. He's won a free kick. Superb effort by Jake Cook.
Yeah, looks very comfortable on the ball, does Jake Cook. Just a couple of good, impressive runs so far. Not afraid to take on people. Thinking for Cook is take them on in the right places, not sometimes in a congested midfield area. On the flanks, that's fine.
got the free kick, did well. Had he lost it,
Yes,
they'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, his manager would not have been impressed.
Half-time is approaching as Kai Edwards lifts it high. Well, and Jeffries again, not for the first time, not too confident with our header. It's a corner.
Yeah, certainly a lack of communication there again. Kane Owen is in behind him, could let that go. And then we'll see now the prowess of the centre-back, Danny Sullivan. 10 goals a season, Dylan.
Oh, well, Tommy's warned you. Andrews, the captain. What an opportunity for Holywell. Final minutes of the first half. The visitors fancy their chances here. It's whipped in as well. Well, there's free kick against Holywell. Referee's closer than me. He must have seen something.
Yeah.
Nothing too obvious, but there must have been something going on. It has been niggly. You mentioned that. 10 fouls given away by Holywell. Well, I guess you're coming down here to play a team that are third in the Cymru Prem. You're not going to just sit back and let them do what they want.
No, exactly. That goes with the territory. You've got to be competitive, let's be honest. You're not going to hand the game over. Obviously, you know, we haven't entered the cup to make the numbers up. We've come down here to win the game.
It certainly hasn't felt that they've gone over the top. Miles Davis now. Brought down, as I said, for the fouls. There's another one, and this one is in a dangerous position. Tom Bibby with the foul. Let's see how this develops.
Yeah, just missed the ball, didn't he? Good feet though by Miles Davis there.
It's not like they turned up and just kicking Pen-y-bont off the pitch, but the fouls are building up. The little fouls are building up, and the referee's going to have that in his mind. But let's see what happens here. Free kick.
And you know, we've said 3 or 4 times that it could have gone either way.
Yeah, no, totally. Kane Owen, I think, will be taking this one. You don't need to be a fortune teller to predict that. Owen for Pen-y-bont. His team needs a goal. Well, the kindest thing we can say is that he hit the target.
Well, yes, he did, but his run-up, for me, just... I'm not too sure what he's trying to do here, because he needed a longer run-up if he's going to, you know, hit through the ball. Instead of that, he's just done neither. Just a little back pass to the keeper.
Pen-y-bont 0, Holywell 1. We have a proper cup story developing here as it stands. Captain Dan Andrews, after 15 minutes, lobbing Keelan Absalom. And that's after Pen-y-bont had a bright start as well.
Yeah, really well taken goal it was, fair play. Mistake by Jeffries, capitalised on. You see, again, for me, lots of these fouls are 50-50.
Well, there's another yellow card. I think it's Forbes that's got that one.
The danger is now you've got, you know, another 45 minutes to go in a tense game. You can't transgress again. Another yellow, and I think the same happened to Taff as well here, didn't they? They went down to 10 men, and Chris Covers' team romped home.
Well, they've missed the header for once. Woods been very quiet so far. Top scorer Nathan Woods. Owen, another inviting cross. Miles Davis is just not landing kindly for Davis now, and Holywell will clear. And for once we see them just happy to hit it upfield, and why not? They've been so patient in the first half, but with added time at the end of the first half, you're not going to take any chances. Let's get to half-time. Pen-y-bont will be desperate for one last opportunity. Rafael, goalkeeper's out. Well, slightly acrobatic, I think. What's the referee going to do here? I take it as a free kick to Holywell. And there's a yellow card for Rafael. What? Well, who's been given the yellow card there?
That is not a foul.
Some people around there seem to think it's one of
the keeper fouled him there.
Some people, I think it may be one of the Holywell players that's been booked there for something he said to the referee as we see the incident again.
Well, he's done absolutely nothing wrong there.
Turning his back into the goalkeeper, I'm sure that's maybe what the referee has given it for. I tend to go with you, Tommy. The goalkeeper's made a mess of it, to be honest. And was the ball kicked away, maybe, by Miles Hart? And I think he's been given a yellow card confirmation. A third yellow card for Holywell.
I don't think Hugh Jones is having the best of games, to be honest. With you, consistency-wise, I think Pen-y-bont have had all the 50-50 decisions myself. And I'm biased.
But it's 1-0 to Holywell. Third in the Cymru Prem. Plays third in the Cymru North. And it's
that player never went to head the ball there. He just into the man. And the ref should know that. There you go.
Into the final seconds of a very entertaining first half, especially with this scoreline. Are we facing an upset in the cup? A cup set! That glorious term. Is Georgievski capable of changing it? Goalkeeper again. Doesn't look too confident, Cian Jones now. I'll tell you what, that last incident will give Pen-y-bont a glimpse that this goalkeeper may be under pressure, is not too keen, because he didn't do well when he came out for the earlier incident. They need half-time, he's sensing. They need to hear that whistle, and there it is. They'll be delighted to hear that whistle. They'll be delighted with their first half performance. These won't be so happy as Rhys Griffiths strolls away with Martin Giles as assistant. But Andrews lobbing over the goalkeeper, Keelan Absalom, to give Holywell a slender lead. What a story at half-time.
Ti 'di dod ar bibs?
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C. Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Wel, pwy fydde wedi disgwyl hyn? Tre ffynon o gyngrair y gogledd ar y blaen o gol i ddim yn erbyn tîm nath gyrraedd rownd derfynol Cwpan Cymru llynedd. A nid yn unig ar y blaen ar hyn o bryd, ond hefyd yn cael y gorau o dîm sydd yn drydydd yn uwch gyngrair Cymru. Danny Andrews yr arwr i'r ymwelwyr, a mae yna bregaeth bwysig iawn i Rhys Griffiths, hanner amser i'w dîm. Ie, tre ffynon ar y blaen o gol i ddim. A tre ffynon hefyd yn rheoli'r gêm. Maen nhw'n gwneud bywyd yn galed iawn i Pen-y-bont ar hyn o bryd. Ond fi'n siŵr fe fydd na ymateb o'r tîm cartref yn yr ail hanner. Ie, mae Wain Jones yn cadw cwmni ni. A Wain, ewn ni syth mewn iddi, achos ar ôl y 10 munud agoriadol, Pen-y-bont yn rheoli'r gêm, beth o'n i'n disgwyl. Ond wedyn ni 2 gyfle gret i Tre ffynon, nath arwain at y gol, a'n sydyn reit, mae'r momentum gyda'r ymwelwyr.
Yndi, ma nhw ar y blaen, ma nhw'n heiddi bod ar y blaen. Mae rhaid i ni i sôn, mi o'na cwpl o gyfleoedd fel ti'n sôn, ond wedyn, jyst peidio methu amddiffyn. A dydy o'n ddim yn bas ffantastig sydd yn arwain at y digwyddiadau. Tre ffynon jyst i penderfynu troi y sgriw rhyw fymryn bach, a wedyn rhoi nhw dan chydig bach o bwysau. A wedyn mae'r un bas tu ôl i'r amddiffyn, ddylia hawn cael ei ddelio fo un ochr neu'r llall. Dio ddim, a mae Andrews jyst mewn sefyllfa fel, oce. Dwi'n sbio fyny, mae gol geid o dod ar i linell, mae hwn yn hawdd i fi. Ond be dwi'n licio am y gêm, ia un y perfformiad gan yr ymwelwyr, ond mae yna rhyw nigl bach yn y gêm. Rhywbeth, dwi'n mwyn gwybod, mae yna rhyw deimlad ti'n clywed y chwaraewyr i gyd yn siarad efo'i gilydd. Mae yna rhyw elyniaeth de yn erbyn gogledd rhyfedd iawn yn datblygu. Rhywbeth hen ffasiwn os lici di. Ac os mae'n parhau fel mai, un gol i ddim, i'r ymwelwyr, mae hyn yn mynd i fynd yn fwy a fwy nigli fel mae'r gêm mynd yn ei blaen. Ie, ti'n cael y teimlad bod Tre ffynon yn synhwyro, bosib, bod na sioc yn mynd i gallu ddigwydd prynhawn me. Reit, y cwestiwn yw, dylse Tre ffynon wedi cael cic o'r smotyn, ond y bach o ddadle rhwng ti a Malcs lan yn y pwynt sylweddi? Wel, dwi'n meddwl oedd y ddau yn ni'n meddwl ar y pryd, wel, mae hon i fod yn gic o'r smotyn, ond wedyn, chwarae teg, mi oedd Malcolm yn gywir, mae'r golgeidwa jyst yn cael ei ddwylo ar y bel gyntaf, felly dim cic o'r smotyn. Ond mae'n enghraifft dda, unwaith eto, ar y blaen o gol i ddim, dyn nhw'n eistedd nôl, mae hwn yn chwaraewr sydd yn gwneud yr hediad o ganol cae, mae nhw'n bwrpasol efo'r chwaraewyr i gyrraedd y cwrt Cosby. Lot fwy o awch i gyrraedd y cwrt na da ni'n gweld gan y tîm cartra, felly mae rhywbeth angen newid, ac eto jyst profi amddiffyn llac gan y tîm cartra. Ddylia hynna ddim digwydd, cael dy rowlio o dafliad mor hawdd â hynna. Ac ar hyn o bryd, so nhw'n mysynu gweld yr ail gol yn mynd i fewn gan yr ymwelwyr? Mae Tre ffynon, maen nhw wedi bod yn weithgar iawn. Maen nhw bron di bwlio Pen-y-bont bron. Dyw Pen-y-bont ddim di cael lot o gyfleoedd Ows, ond fe nath ci yn reffel, fe gath e'r gyfle yma i foli just ddim cweit digon dos. Maen nhw wedi bod digon clinigol fel ni'n gwybod maen nhw'n gallu bod. Ie, weithiau ti'n clywed bod yna hanner cyfle yn dwyt. Mae hwn yn gyfle mor dda, mae o'n gyfle a hanner os lici di. Mae o'n gyfle ddylia unrhyw ymysodwr sgorio ar unrhyw lefel. Felly fe Rafael, mae o'n gwybod i hun. A ti jyst yn gweld Bibi'n dod ar draws rwan, chwaraewr canol cae. Tre ffynon, jyst yn cael gair efo. Diolch yn deud unlwcus, mate. Mae o'n i glist o'n deud, sut yn y byd ti di methu honna, ti'n hoples. A dyna'r math o beth sydd yn digwydd allan ar y cae. Oes, diolch yn fawr am y tro, ie. Os na ffordd nôl i Pen-y-bont, fi'n siŵr fod na dewch nôl ato ni ar ôl yr egwyl.
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C. Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Croeso nôl ato ni. Wel, mae yna sioc hanner amser hyd yn hyn. Treffynon ar y blaen o gol I ddim yn erbyn Pen-y-bont. Ie, croeso nôl ato ni. Nawr, hwn yw gêm ola'r penwthnos. Mi oedd na gêmau ddo, newn ni ddechrau gyda deiliaid y gwpan y Seintiau Newydd yn erbyn Cwmpran Celtaidd. Nawr, oedd y gêm yma, oedd hi'n un ar yr hanner Ows, ond wedyn ni hat-trick gan Ryan Brobel yn sicrhau'r fuddugoliaeth.
Ie, yr unig syndod efallai Seintiau Newydd yn ildio gol. Di yna ddim yn rhywbeth arferol dyddiau yma, ond wedyn, ie, dim sioc o gwbl. Seintiau Newydd, maen nhw ben a sgwyddan well na unrhyw un tymor yma. Felly, y disgwyl oedd fysa nhw'n cael buddugoliaeth gyffyrddus. Felly ddim cweit mor gyffyrddus, ac oedden nhw'n yn ei feddwl, ond yn yr het ar gyfer y 4 ola, dim problem o gwbl.
Ie, a wedyn ni y Bala yn erbyn Llansawel. Y Bala wedi ennill cwpan y gyngrair penwthnos diwetha fan cadw'r momentum I fynd gyda'r fuddugoliaeth yma.
Ei, maen nhw wedi cael blas arni rwan, do. Felly fydden nhw'n hapus efo just un. Fydden nhw eisiau dwylo ar gwpan Cymru. Fysa'n golygu, wel, dipyn mwy na be nath nhw ennill wythnos diwetha bod honna wedi bod yn dipyn o bnawn. A da ni just yn gweld, unwaith eto, dyma oedd y disgwyl. Bala gartra, sa ti'n disgwyl fuddugoliaeth a golia, chwarae teg. Ac boes fel Roscoe wrth I bodda yn cael ei hunan, wel, dipyn o goliau yn cael ei rhannu o gwmpas, ynddo?
Ie, braf gweld Roscoe yn rhwydo hefyd. A wedyn ni ymateb greit gan Ceicona ar ôl colli rownd derfynol yn erbyn y Bala penwthnos diwetha. O'n nhw'n fuddigol o 5 gol I ddim yn erbyn Ebus. A mae rai fi weid, bydde Ebus ti moyn bach mwy o look yn y gwpan I gymaru ar gyngrair, ond nath e jyst ddim digwydd.
Na, ddim digwydd o gwbl, a Ceicona yn ôl I be da ni di arfer gweld gan nhw. Maen nhw wedi cael rhyw wythnos bythefnos siomedig oes o fona uchel nhw, ond wedyn oedden ni'n gweld golia yn dod yn ystod y gêm a cwpl o golia hwyr, just I gael yr hyder na nôl oherwydd fydden nhw rwan yn anelu am yr ail safle na a cael ei dwylo ar gwpan Cymru.
Ie, felly y Seintiau Newydd, Ceicona a'r Bala drwyddo i'r rownd gynderfynol. Pwy bydd yn ymuno â nhw, Ows? Ar hyn o bryd, Treffynon fydd yn y rownd gynderfynol. Os ffordd nôl I Pen-y-bont?
Wel, mae yna cwpl o newidiadau I Pen-y-bont, a mi oedd angen hynna. Ond ti'n gwybod be? Dwi'n meddwl mi fydd na sioc. Dwi'n meddwl bod Treffynon yn mynd I ddal gafal ar y fuddugoliaeth yma. Gwr I fod.
Wel, Ows, diolch yn fawr mewn amser I ni fynd nôl at ein tîm sylwebu ni. Nôl atoch chi, Malcolm a Nick.
Here we go again then. Second half, changes for Pen-y-bont. Mark Little, Dan Jeffries, off. Billy Borge, Ryan Reynolds, on. Let's see what difference that makes. And we'll ask Tommy Morgan next to me, why has Rhys Griffiths made that decision? What do you make of it?
I think he's trying to punish the players for possibly not concentrating defensively, especially for the goal. Jeffries definitely at fault for that. Will he make a difference? Only time will tell. Because for me, they need a change up front. They need somebody to, well, liven things up in the forward line.
Again, another little psychological victory for Holywell, seeing Pen-y-bont having to change. Burst from midfield for Harling. Wood, top scorer. Georgievski, he can climb. Got his head to it as well. He's convinced it was a corner. I think some of the Pen-y-bont players agree with him. Referee doesn't.
Now again, better start from Pen-y-bont. Wood with a cross in there. And for his size, he's very good in the air. There's Georgievski.
Bit of an acrobat. As you see, when he scores, there's a backflip. Usually, as a celebration, we've seen it a few times recently as well. With Georgievski.
Scoring in the last 5 games, hasn't he?
4 in 4 in all competitions. He's played in every round of the Welsh Cup.
Need some inspiration from somewhere, that's for definite.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's, as you say, Tommy, I've mentioned a few times Wood being top scorer. They seem to be struggling to play through Holywell. So when they do go a bit longer as we see now, it's Rafael who's the main forward, and he doesn't strike you as that type of player either.
No, he hasn't got that physical presence, though. He's a tall lad. Certainly, Snaith would probably make a big difference, I think, up front for them.
Said in the first half, hasn't featured so much this year. Sam Snaith has only started one league game after being top scorer last season. And he scored 1 goal in the league, 1 goal in the cup, and he's had 1 red card this season, Sam Snaith. That's what we're up to. Rafael putting Edwards under pressure. One thing you're not going to question is Kai Edwards' reading of the game. Can he last 90 minutes? Well, he can last 90 minutes, obviously, but obviously in his 30s now. It's going to be an interesting one. For Holywell, it just seems quiet at the minute. There's nobody shouting, there's no urgency. It's all very tame, maybe, from Pen-y-bont's point of view.
Yeah, it's lacking cup atmosphere, isn't it? I think he needs something to spark it off, doesn't he? A good, strong challenge from somebody.
Old school from Tommy Morgan. There's Holywell. Fancy the chances again. Do you know what? That was a chance. Ilan Afgareth, he had plenty of time. Disappointing effort in the end. Sorry, it was Forbes, I think, got the shot.
Yeah. Their main men for goals this season, they go-to men. Again.
I saw the top for the number 9. I thought it was number 8. That's my mistake there, Tommy.
He said he never got above that volley.
Cook's down. Felt that. Thinking the build-up to that shot. Played well in the first half as well. Cook. And just to remind you, we got 3rd in the Cymru North. Holywell up against 3rd in the Cymru Prem. First ever game between these two clubs. And it's going Holywell's way so far. Remarkable story if we can get through this.
Plenty of time to go, though. Dillon.
Looks like Cook's fine. Good news for Holywell. Plenty of sport at the minute on S4C. Rugby weekend, Six Nations has kicked off. Disappointing for Wales, but the under-20s are on as well. So that carries on this Friday night. Wales off to Scotland.
Looking for a better result than yesterday, Dillon.
Well, I've got to confess, I was a bit annoyed because Arsenal lost to Everton. I thought the game started at 2:30 rugby, so by the time I switched over, I think it was like 15-0. I didn't know what was going on. Nice dummy, a dramatic dummy by Cian Jones there.
Trouble is he's pulled his hamstring.
That was gloriously over the top. Enjoyed that. Got the South American hairdo.
He must have been doing that for the cameras, didn't he?
Here we go. Here we go again. Lovely. Oh, we're going to see it again. Why not?
That is really annoying, isn't it? for an opposing player. And Nathan Wood must be, I'm going to line you up in it. I'm going to smash one past you in the next 40 minutes or so.
There you go. The glimpse into the mind of a former striker there, Tommy Morgan. Right, Pen-y-bont, what have you got? Oh, we know what they've got. Plenty, usually, but not yet. Today, Woods, Owen. Good move down the left. Kane Owen. Can whip it across. Rafael's in there. Danger for Holywell. Ashley Evans. They slow it down again, but Georgievski keeping things going. Tricky. Costa Georgievski. Miles Davis. Decent build-up from Pen-y-bont. What have they got at the end of it? It lands kindly to Rafael. Again, Wood, bit of pressure here on Holywell. Good delivery. Miles Davis! Saved by the goalkeeper. Davis heads it on. Looked like it was goalwards bound. The Holywell clear. And can Holywell build on this? As Yorwerth gets his foot in the end. That was a dangerous moment for Holywell. We'll see it again.
Well, some brilliant defending there. Superb save from Jones, the goalkeeper, to start with, from Miles Davis. Great cross, brilliant delivery. What more do you need? Oh, second opportunity with his head as well. And
it's a remarkable clearance in the end. How did this not go in?
Great save. Oh, Miles Davis had 2 opportunities there.
Is that Kai Edwards getting in the way? It is Kai Edwards. Is it his touch? Great reaction by Miles Davis, to be fair, with the header here. He must have thought he'd scored. I'm still not sure what happened as we see Josh Yorwerth is not his fault. He's in the way of the camera angle, so we couldn't quite see. I think Kai Edwards somehow kept that out.
It was a miracle clearance, to be fair. When you ask goalkeepers, obviously, to get up and save the second one, but there, Miles Davis, first effort, and he was up and got the second header in.
Superb effort by Miles Davis. Better from Pen-y-bont. Davis again loses his way in midfield. The captain's nicked it off him. Andrews again charging upfield. Oh, it's Cook for Holywell. He's going all the way. Cook, surely not. Yorwerth got his foot in the end. Bursting run by Jake Cook. Not for the first time. He's been superb for Holywell so far.
Yeah, great run there. Shame there's nothing at the end of it, but scampered through the defensive lines of Pen-y-bont there, did Cook.
They got some experience from the Cymru Prem in their ranks. 5 players. And of course, Cymru North is so competitive these days as well. 15 wins in a row for Holywell. Need to keep reminding you of that incredible run they're on. Davis, Georgievski, Raffel's in the middle, Harling's there as well. Davis can deliver, Raffel, near post. And again, it's cleared. Again, it's Kai Edwards.
Yeah, I think Holywell have, dropped back another 5 to 10 yards to start this second period defensively. Probably need to step up a little bit to make it a little bit more difficult. Otherwise, they're going to be under constant pressure.
Corner, Kane Owen, the captain, again for Pen-y-bont, near post again, away by Ilan Afgareth. Now there's a chance to break away. It's Cook again, of course it is. They're bursting forwards, red and white shirts. There's a chance here, 3-on-1. Well, he had to pull it back. It's still on for them. Forbes. Can Holywell strike? Over the bar it goes. Well, they've got that in their locker. Chance to counter-attack. Just going to have a look at this incident again. Just looking at what the goalkeeper does here. Is there a foul? Well, that is high. That is so high.
Yeah. Seen it from behind the goal here. He tries his best to stop Miles Davis there. Instead catches him on the shoulder.
Yeah, I think they've gotten away with one there, to be fair. And the answer, I was asking, who cleared it? The answer is nobody. It just didn't quite go in. Raffel and Kai Edwards were battling for it.
The thing about the goalkeeper is, he's not a good sweeper keeper, is he? He's been really struggling. Anything that's going over the top of Holly's defence, he hasn't really dealt with it comfortably at all. That was another example there.
Even the free kick he was awarded in the first half, it looked fairly awkward coming out. So quite fortunate to get the decision, maybe. Those in the know that watch them say superb shot stopper. He hasn't had that many shots to stop, but yeah, as Tommy says, doesn't look that comfortable, apart from that glorious dummy he did earlier. Back to the game, Miles Davis again. Seen plenty of possession in the second half. It's back with Davis. Blue shirts queuing up in the middle. Harling's in there. Harling with a header! And he scored! As simple as that. Lewis Harling on the end of the cross. Miles Davis clipped it in. Lewis Harling was waiting for it. He's missed most of the season through injury, but he's back at Pen-y-bont. I'm glad to see him back. It's 1-1.
Yeah, 2 chances, Miles Davis, and the second one, delivery is absolutely on the button, and it's really attacked really well at the back post by Lewis Harling. That is a terrific volleyed cross there. Just gets above the Hollywood defenders there. There's Lewis Harling and gets a very important goal.
Well, Miles Davis has been booked in the meantime. All square. He was sensing start of the second half, Pen-y-bont much more possession, but here's the foul again.
It's a
Cook
danger.
again. Cook's causing them all sorts of problems. Interesting. First 10 minutes of the first half was similar. Pen-y-bont had all the possession, but they've actually made it count at the start of this second half. Let's see what Holywell have got in response. The first goal scorer, Andrews, has taken this free kick and thrown plenty of players forwards. Andrews lifts it in. It's nearly a lovely ball. Harling, that was handball, surely. Free kick to the visitors.
It's a really close one there. Just seeing. Just kicks against Harling, doesn't he?
Miles Hart with the effort. So Andrews again, another chance for Holywell. The Well men trying to hit back after conceding start of the second half. It's a great cross as well. Good delivery, but it's landed kindly to Pen-y-bont. Harling to Woods. A little trip there. I think that'll go Holywell's way. They got possession anyway. Good decision by the referee, but actually there's nobody forward, so maybe they'd have preferred the free kick. Can't win, can you, as a referee? Good challenge by Miles Hart against Raffel. Oh, that was a bit late, surely. In midfield, the substitute, Ryan Reynolds, clattering in. There's nothing wrong with staying down and getting a little breather now. They could do with this, maybe.
Beescroft is going absolutely mad on the touchline there after that foul. Just, stops their momentum, doesn't it? To be fair to Holywell, they've calmed the game down since the goal.
No need to panic. Still all square.
Would you probably, they were just taking penalties at the start of this game? They wouldn't away to, the top sides in the Welsh Prem.
They played so well so far, Holywell. Good response since conceding as well. Miles Davis with the clearance. Jajewski's had a quiet game as Zeb Edwards clears. Clipped forward again, looking for Raffel. Much better from Pen-y-bont in the second half though. Jajewski. Harling's in there again, he wants another chance. Harling. Hart clears. Pen-y-bont look happier since that goal. No surprise, Winslade felt that. Referee plays on. Off they go again. It's Cook again. I don't need to tell you who's charging up, do I? It's Cook. He's won a free kick as well. I want to throw in them. Pen-y-bont were looking to the referee thinking it was a free kick.
Certainly wasn't. It's been really effective down that left-hand side for Holywell. Charging runs, showing some good skill.
There's 2 red cards this year, Cook. So I think the trick is keeping him in the team.
Yeah. Keeping him on the field.
Keeping him on the field, exactly, yeah. Oh, he's done so well. Caught our eye, certainly, this afternoon. Cook. Bit of a scramble in the corner. Half an hour to go. All square. Welsh Cup, quarter-final of the Welsh Cup. Great situation, Tommy.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks as if they're going to make a change here. Holywell.
Right, confirmation. There's definitely substitution coming up. Half an hour to go. There'll be no extra time. Remember, new rules since COVID. Straight to penalties. Well, I'm sure replay would be nice for Holywell's point of view. I'm sure. I wouldn't mind taking them back to Holywell midweek. Referee's paused here.
Yeah, I can't understand actually who's drawn up these new rules for the Welsh Cup. I mean, going back quite a number of years, they stopped replays altogether, and teams haven't got enough games half the time these days.
I do like the straight to penalties bit, I've got to be honest. I tend to agree with you on replays, especially in this situation. It'd be great for Holywell to take it back, but we'll see. Let's see what the score is at 90 minutes, first of all. Owen. So confident on the ball. That left foot. So dangerous. Ashley Evans. Reynolds. Yorwerth. Harling's pinched it. Chance for Pen-y-bont again. Harling dominant in the second half. Owen. Half chance. Back it comes. There's a sense that Pen-y-bont growing in confidence here. Woods now. Owen with a run. Woods, is he going to fancy his chances from distance? It was on target. I think the keeper had it, but
certainly better from Pen-y-bont.
Much better. Forcing Holywell back. They're under pressure. They just can't get out at the minute. Rafael again. Jojewski. Chance. Danger here. Reynolds over the bar it goes. They're getting closer.
Yeah, certainly carrying a lot more threat going forward in the second period. Good interplay there between Rafael, Jojewski. Lays the ball off. Nice weighted pass. Just fluffed his line at the end there. Substitute Reynolds.
Speaking of substitutes, Winslade is leaving. Morgan Murray coming on. So Murray started the game last weekend. He's a winger. Former Llandudno and Conwy player. Youngster, only 21. But he's back on.
Yeah, to be fair to Winsdale, gave a good account of himself. Really, really busy in the first half. Has been a bit on the periphery in the second period. So Johnny Hazeldine making that change.
There's a wealth of information we're given on all these players. We are told that Murray's a bit of a musician, plays guitar and piano. I don't know how that's going to help him in the next half hour, I've got to be honest. If we get to the final, he can write this Cup's final song, maybe. Let's see. I'm sure there's a joke there about hitting the right notes, but we won't go there. Reynolds again. We'll see the goal again. It's a chance to enjoy that Miles Davis cross again. And Harling's been certainly pushing forwards more. Reynolds made a difference as well. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a difficult skill, you know, getting the quality on that volleyed cross, but, you know, downward header gave Jones no chance in the goal there. Timed his jump to perfection there.
I think both Edwards brothers are trying to stop him.
Yeah, but Kai Edwards is backing into his brother there, so, you know, you don't get no momentum from that kind of jump.
Tough season for Harling, got injured in August, played 90 minutes last weekend. For the first time since that injury. Jojewski, Rafael again. Tidy build-up from Pen-y-bont. Down Reynolds went as Miles Davis clips it in again. Wood was waiting. Evans. Well, there's an air of inevitability about things at the minute.
Never know football.
No, absolutely.
No, but certainly the pressure is building now.
Tommy Morgan, man who knows what it takes to win the Welsh Cup, next to me this afternoon. 25 minutes to go. Pen-y-bont would love another chance after losing last year's final. Long way to go yet. Owen, Yorwerth got up there. The big central defender. Owen will get a second chance. Well, disappointing for once from the captain.
Yeah, he's certainly singing his praises on his left foot, Dylan. You let you down there.
Well, his left foot, Miles Davis' right foot. The things of beauty. I'm sure Rhys Griffiths will be slightly happy, although you never know with Rhys Griffiths.
Obviously, you know, the Pen-y-bont players, having experienced that last season, getting to the Welsh Cup final, it is a big occasion, you know, for the players and for the club, for the whole town. So they'd be looking to replicate that. Be interesting now to see who goes through here this afternoon, and then who gets who in the draw.
Who gets to avoid the new Saints, I guess, is the wish, the way they're playing at the moment. There's going to be some tussles in that semi-final, whoever gets through. Holywell still in this, well, more than in it, it's only 1-1. So it's been a tough second half for them, to be fair. We mentioned at half-time that substitution.
Sending off here, is it?
There's a yellow card there. I think it's Ilan Afgareth who's got this one.
Did he have one in the first half?
No. That's the...
His foot's up there, that's for sure.
That's the fourth of the game. No, he's followed through. Yeah, you can see why he's got the yellow card for that. Messy challenge.
Yeah.
The arm comes out. That's the... Yeah, yellow card. Holywell. Pressure on. Can they cause problems here? Bibby. From distance. Hart.
Oh.
And then Harling.
Been much better second half, Harling. More in the game. They played more through midfield as well, have Pen-y-bont.
Oh, he wanted it back there from Woods. Wood went for the ambitious pass over the top, looking for Reynolds. Harling was an option, but totally, as Tommy says, seen much more Lewis Harling in this second half, much more of Pen-y-bont. Miles Davis again. It's Harling again. Carbon copy nearly. He wants the corner. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, posing much more of a threat. We've seen more of Nathan Wood as well in the second half than we did for the whole of the first half. Again, excellent delivery to the far post by Miles Davis.
Confirmation of the yellow cards as I hit my teeth with the microphone. Nearly needed a substitution here for a second. Ouch. Too excited. We've been mentioning Holywell all game, great story. Third in the Cymru North, when they last got to the semi-final back in 2014. They were in the third tier, the first third-tier side to get to the semi-final. It was an amazing run that season. Let's see if they can do it again. The Well men. Holywell named after St Winifred's Well in the town, a pilgrim's destination. I keep banging on about this. You say the waters of power, they could do with some of that water now, Tommy.
Yeah, certainly.
Anything helps. They're still all square though.
Yeah, but to be fair, they've given a good account of themselves still in this game. And even if they do concede, you're still in the game just with one goal down. So plenty to play for. It's not over till it's over, they say.
I've just caught a glimpse of Sam Snaith waiting to come on for Pen-y-bont, the big striker. Kai Edwards will have to deal with this first. Under pressure from Rafael.
Yeah, they just haven't dealt as well in the second half with long balls over the top.
Yeah, Snaith, last season's top scorer. Well, it's Harling again. He's been everywhere in the second half. Cross went out. Well, it's carried out. It's a corner. Must have been a...
Well, it looked as if he was all over the ball already. Over the line, but there you go.
Harling again, Tommy. He's everywhere. Oh, deflection off the defender.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
And Rafael leaves. Sam Snaith coming on. Proper number 9. After last season's exploits, top scorer. Only one league start this season. 14 goals in all competitions last season. I wonder, does he fancy one with his first touch? Sam Snaith, you never know.
Definitely wouldn't surprise me if he does go. I just like him, I do.
Well, it's nearly there. Georgievski got a touch. And you seem to think Snaith has the potential to be a serious striker in this league. Just hasn't had it his own way this season.
He's had a few injuries, hasn't he? So that hasn't helped his cause.
A little shove by the sub, Morgan Murray. Pen-y-bont free kick into the final 20 minutes. We're going to start mentioning penalties.
Not yet.
Not yet.
A bit early.
Pen-y-bont won't fancy penalties. They'll think they've got enough to win this.
Yeah, it's a complete lottery, I think. Penalties.
Yorweth onto Snaith. Still waiting for his first touch. Sam Snaith. Evans. On the wing. Former Merthyr man. Holywell still battling. Well, they've stood firm in the second half. Could have shook them, conceding.
Yeah, certainly weathered that storm. Still under pressure, though.
Quick look at the watch. 18 to go, Johnny Hasselden. Just in case, I'm sure his watch does the same thing. Bang on 18 as we see some subs.
Yeah, it is important, isn't it? You know, that obviously you probably need some fresh legs because they've had to put a lot into this game.
Evans, Kane Owen, Woods an option, he's going to go for it, Owen. Well, the way he hits the ball, you think, why not? But it was a disappointing shot in the end.
Yeah, especially, you know, Wood was a bit frustrated just to his left-hand side there. He's crying out for that ball.
They don't need to rush it either, plenty of time. 100% record this year, Pen-y-bont. 5 wins in a row in 2023. Losing finalists last season. It's interesting to see Tom Tweedy leaving the club recently. Academy youngster, signed up by Burnley.
Yeah, nice to see that, you know, Football League clubs are keeping an eye on these academy players. And
see James Waits leaving, going to Newport last season as well.
Yeah.
The one complaint you hear from people in Pen-y-bont, there's scouts everywhere apparently watching their games right now. That's the only worry. Miles Davis with the throw. Yorwerth. Big defender up there again. Oh, it lands to Miles Davis. Fancies a chance there. Straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. Cian Jones. Safe in goal.
I'm sure Danny Andrews is doing there. Heads it straight back into the path of Miles Davis, and he rushes that a little bit.
For once.
Yeah.
For once.
Just needed to be a little bit calmer there.
We're watching the game, we're watching the clock as well. Time's ticking. Is it going to go to penalties? We've seen the Cymru Premier teams going through comfortably in the end yesterday. The new Saints against Cumbrae Celtic, although they conceded. That's a shock in itself these days. Brobble, hat-trick. He's up there with the top goal scorers in Europe, by the way, in the top leagues. Ryan Brobble this season. Connors Key.
And he's missed quite a bit of the season as well, injured. So if you'd played every game.
5 for Connors Key against Airbus. Airbus looking some desperate defending. And next week we'll see the new Saints. Lunchtime kickoff. Cardiff Met. Start of the second part of the season. Now then, Kai Edwards under pressure, did well. Well, there's a foul against Kai Edwards.
There's a yellow card.
Another yellow card coming out from the referee. Well, I assumed it was yellow. It was yellow. Another yellow card.
Again, that ball over the top. Just catching them out.
And Harling again, Tommy.
Yeah. Certainly be orchestrating most of the good things in the second period for Pen-y-bont.
5 yellows now again for Holywell, and it's a free kick in a dangerous position. Kane Owen over the ball.
Oh, is Miles Davis lining up it up as well?
For once, there's a foul.
Yeah.
Cian Jones sorting out his wall.
Soon see if he's got a shot-stopping attributes, like you mentioned, Dylan.
Owen looks to be the option. Big moment, 15 to go, all square. Quarter-final of the Welsh Cup. Pen-y-bont's captain, Kane Owen, fancies his chances here. So dangerous on his left foot. Owen for Pen-y-bont, clips it again. The kindest thing you can say is it was on the target, and the goalkeeper goes down, no rush. He's faced penalties before. This goalkeeper, Cian Jones, in goal for Bala in the playoff final when they lost to Cardiff Met. But Jones in goal saved 2 of those penalties. So, you never know. Yorwerth has a bit of a wrestle. Surprised maybe Holywell didn't get the decision there. Now it's Cook for Holywell. Hardly seen them much in this position in the second half. Cook going again, all the way for Cook. He took a deflection. Corner for Holywell. They're still in this. They're more than in this.
Yeah, certainly his lad Cook has caused Pen-y-bont, all kinds of problems. One thing defenders don't like is direct running, and he's directly running at them, making them defend, making them make tackles.
Mark Conley kicking it. Just showing how he'd have done it there, I think. Corner. Ilan ap Gareth will take it. Kai Edwards up for Holywell. Oh, Edwards with the header as well. He got on the end of that one. What a story that would have been.
And he looked a little bit frustrated there. Ball's there. Oh, he's way above.
Chance, Tommy?
Yeah, absolutely. Just glanced it, didn't really get a good forehead on that.
He's won it 4 times. 3 times with TNS, the new Saints, once with Connors Key. Would have loved to take Holywell to the semi-final. Oh, they've nicked it. Georgievski, problems for Holywell. Woods in the middle. Took a deflection. Another corner. It's a tough one now, isn't it? Holywell, because they're looking at that clock. It's not far from last 10 minutes.
You don't get a clock like we've got opposite us. Yeah, Dylan, you know, 70, he gives you the seconds as well, and he's just started the 78th or the 79th minute now.
No need to ask how long, ref. It's there. Above the dugouts. Defending to do. Pen-y-bont, Yorwerth got up there. Josh Yorwerth. And there's a foul by Ashley Evans.
Yeah, Cook just too quick for him.
He was off. From what we've seen so far, he'd have been flying up the field as well.
Is that a yellow card?
Well,
do you know?
You took the words right out of my mouth, as someone once sang, Tommy. Yeah.
In the context of some of the other yellow cards that Hugh Jones has dished out this afternoon, I think the panel would be split on it.
Could easily have been against Ashley Evans. I'm sure you don't take the player into context, the player that's been fouled, because it was Cook. You're thinking he'd have been halfway up the field in 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. You know, that's what the referee, you know, actually knew exactly what he was doing there. I mean, you're having a laugh, referee.
Another yellow card. Cian Jones, 6 yellow cards for Holywell.
And it hasn't been a bad foul in the game.
No.
Let's be honest.
No. I'll agree with that. You better hurry up here. He's just been booked once. You can't say he hasn't been warned. Holywell again. Yorwerth and Evans battling for it. Georgievski, lovely touch. Harling, the goal scorer, leading the charge again. Woods, room for once on the left. Sam Snaith waiting for it. Georgievski on the far post. Reynolds, chance for Pen-y-bont. It's Reynolds! Oh, the goalkeeper juggling the ball and finally clutches it gratefully. Superb.
Again, Harling. Good feet by Reynolds here. Keeper, whoops.
Knew what he was doing.
Regathers it.
Knew what he was doing. I love the fact he's all in pink, even his boots are pink.
Teasing Snaith there, wasn't he?
Oh, that's a late challenge. Trouble here. There's a card coming out. Another card. And he's off. I thought so. It's been adding up. Ilan ap Gareth. 2 yellows make a red.
There's a deja vu here from last year, Tafswell.
It's so similar, isn't it? But Ilan ap Gareth, off he goes.
He didn't have to do that, to be honest.
One of the more obvious yellow cards.
Yeah, isn't it ridiculous, running into the player like that? Absolutely ridiculous. And he knew straight away, didn't he, that he was going to have a yellow card for that.
It's been a strange game, yellow cards wise, but there's been a few fiery challenges. He's a very competitive midfielder. Now then, down to 10 in the last 10. Up against it now, Holywell. Back it comes as well. They're back there. Well, they'll take penalties now, Tommy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they've battled so well, the Wellmen. Johnny Hasselden, 10 years more or less, with this team. There was a break in the middle. Came back after a few months, didn't hang around.
Yeah, I think they had a poor start to the season, didn't they? And then
back in 2018, he left for about 4 months. Before start of the season, back it came, and there's a yellow card to Mark Conley. Why not? Everyone else is having them. Well, I don't know what's been said. So something's been said. So fair enough, it's a yellow card. But the nature of the game, it does seem like Holywell have had more than their share of yellow cards. Now a red as well for Ilan Gareth. As you say, the challenge by Ashley Evans on Cook earlier. Off they go again. Pen-y-bont, Harling, start of the show, second half. Woods, blue shirts waiting in the middle. Snaith, one of them. Can Woods deliver? Holywell back in numbers, forcing him back. Good work by the visitors again. Especially Miles Hart there. Yorwerth, Ashley Evans an option. Plenty of options in front of him as well. Owen, Evans. Owen, patient build-up. Lewis Harling, he's going to have a go. Lewis Harling, over it goes as well. Oh, he's been so influential in the second half.
Yeah, he's been superb in the second half. The difference between the two teams for me in the second period, Lewis Harling steps inside there, drills it, a metre over the crossbar.
Just watching there, Tom Bibby having a word with the referee. He was fouled. He felt he was fouled in the build-up, so they're feeling a bit hard done by at the minute. Holywell just need to keep their heads, as they have done, to be fair, all game. Great to counter themselves. They stood up to the challenge, frustrated Pen-y-bont for much of the game, and more. They've done more than just sit back and frustrate them. They've threatened time and time again, but just signs as we get closer to the 90 minutes that it's one-way traffic. Boys in blue coming at them. There's a player down now that's surrounding the ref, asking, where's the free kick now? Sullivan felt it. They obviously feel they're not getting any decisions, Tommy.
Yeah, I got a bit of sympathy with them, actually.
Yellow cards, Jajewski.
Yeah, obviously I think the assistant referee's probably given that one.
So the second yellow card of the afternoon for Pen-y-bont. Holywell, 5 players on the yellow cards. Ilan Gareth's had 2 and he's been sent off. And Mark Conley, the assistant manager's had a yellow card. And it hasn't felt like a rough game either.
No. It's been pretty timid, really, but there you go.
Quiet Sunday afternoon.
Not for Hugh Jones, it hasn't been.
No, with 5 minutes to go, it's all square in the quarter-final of the Welsh Cup. Pen-y-bont dominating, but they haven't got that second goal. And as it stands, we're heading to penalties.
Yeah, which is quite interesting. You know, normally you would really be pushing forward, wouldn't you?
Would Pen-y-bont be keen to avoid penalties more than Holywell? Hard to say, I guess.
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, you would probably, because Holywell have got nothing to lose, have they? I mean, that's what Mark Conley said to me before the game. He said, look, you know, they're the Premier team. They're doing really well, on a good run, etc., etc. We've got absolutely nothing to lose this afternoon. And they still haven't.
And they've done so well. The Well men, down to 10 men now. Just to remind you, Ilan Gareth, second yellow. Some uncertainty. It's landed to Jajewski. Bibby's back there, watching him. Did enough. The 2 number 7s up against each other.
Certainly they are scampering to every throw-in free kick. They want to get that all-important winning goal.
Sam Snaith with a touch. Hardly mentioned Sam Snaith since he's come on. I guess if he's not getting the deliveries, not much he can do, to be fair. But they are rushing things. Pen-y-bont, Miles Davis, Reynolds, Davis will whip it across. It's a good one. Nathan Woods dropped back. He was waiting for that one. Goalkeeper, no problem. Cian Jones clutches it, drops to the floor again. He'll be starting to think about penalties, I'm sure, the goalkeeper.
Certainly no rush to get this ball upfield.
He looks the type who'd enjoy a penalty shootout.
He looks a bit of a character, doesn't he? He looks as you talked about being a musician earlier. He looks like a musician, not a magician.
Will we get that far? Or are Pen-y-bont going to pinch something? Or can Holywell go upfield and cause a major shot? He's done. No rush.
Interesting to see how many minutes get added on at the end of the game. I think I'll go for 5. What about you, Dylan?
That sounds about right. They got to be honest. Jones upfield, out it goes. It's all gone a bit scrappy now, last few minutes, which suits Holywell. Pen-y-bont not so keen on this. Oh, decent flick, but straight back to a blue shirt and Miles Davis. Goes back. Billy Borge. 15 wins in a row, Holywell. Incredible run.
And they're only 3rd in the league.
Well, if Colwyn Bay are on a ridiculous run, they're top and they're clear. 12 points clear as well. Did no one above Holywell yesterday by winning, but Holywell have 3 games in hand on them. 2 minutes to go. Ashley Evans for Pen-y-bont. Georgievski's got room. Blue shirts in the middle. Snaith is one of them. Georgievski, tricky. Miles Davis again. Davis from distance! Hits the post and comes straight back to the goalkeeper. Dramatic moment as we near the 90 minutes.
Well, he had plenty of time there. Nobody went to close him down. He drills it. And oh my gosh, how unlucky or unfortunate can he be there? That's an absolute beautiful effort.
And do you know what? The way things are landing for this goalkeeper, you just think about penalties already. It's going his way. Strong challenge. A couple of them flying in. 2 players are down. The referee's going to have to deal with this. I have no idea what he's going to do, I've got to be honest. I think both tackles look fair. 2 strong challenges. Well, surely there's a yellow card out. Who's got this one?
Harling, is it?
Harling's.
For some verbal.
We'll see. We'll wait confirmation. We'll get confirmation from the touchline in a second. It does seem that Lewis Harling is going to pick up a yellow card. So here's the challenges again. So that's Bibby, first of all, on Ryan Reynolds. And then there's a late challenge there. The second one was worse, I think. Both were fierce.
Meaty challenges, let's put it like that.
That's Bibby, and then Harling goes in.
Oh, yeah. The ref saw the second one. I don't think he saw the first one, actually.
I'm just waiting for a decision on... there's confirmation on the yellow cards. Our colleagues commentating in Welsh. They're going to pick a star of the game. And do you know what? He's just been given that as well. Harling's had a yellow card and he's been awarded man of the match by Malcolm Allen.
Oh, there we are then. Can't argue with his second half performance. Probably he's been the difference between the 2 teams for me in the second period.
He stepped up in the second half. And he's about to be substituted as well. Whitmore's coming on.
Well, I can't believe that. He's been so influential. Why would you take him off?
Especially bringing somebody on cold
unless Whitmore's a penalty taker.
Wow. It's always risky bringing someone on cold and late to take a penalty. That's where we're heading at the minute. 90 minutes are up. Second week in a row, Scorio giving you penalties. League Cup final last week. We're not there yet, as Whitmore battles, nothing doing. Forbes chasing them down. Yorworth lifts it up. Georgievski onto Reynolds. Now Whitmore looks lively already. He's right in the thick of things. He's want to throw in into injury time.
6 minutes, I was wrong.
I missed the board. I was about to ask. I missed that board, didn't they? Handily? Yes. 6 minutes. Miles Davis.
Must be an opportunity.
Chance here for Pen-y-bont. Miles Davis. Bibby's missed it. Georgievski. Whitmore the sub. Scrambled clearance by Holywell. We're going to chuck everything at them now. It'd be cruel to concede now, but on the balance of the second half, maybe Pen-y-bont deserve to get a second. Woods battling for everything. He tried the Rabona. Not sure it's the time and place to go for that. Well, if it had worked, of course it is. Didn't come off.
Not as good as Henry Jones
Oh,
is.
I still remember that. Henry Jones for Bala. First game of the season. 4 minutes to go. Kane Owen. They're looking for the blue shirt. Georgievski back to goal. Can they conjure up something? The substitute, Whitmore again. It's Yonweth, the defender. My mistake, and again it lands kindly for Kean Jones.
Yeah, the keeper, the ball is like a magnet for him. He just comes off everybody and straight into his hands.
He's the coolest guy in the pitch, the goalkeeper. Just wonder about the penalties. Is it going to go his way? Yolworth battling, Holywell battling. Well, they haven't threatened a goal in the second half. Surely, is there a chance late on? It's the captain, Andrews. Holywell, late chance for Holywell. Drama in the Welsh Cup. Is it trying to create the chance? They're in there, side netting in the end. Andrews, the captain, battling. The bench hold their heads. Cook was in the middle of it. What a moment.
Cook again, and he just can't get on target there. But the opening was before that. I think it was for 4. Yes, had to rush that onto his left foot there.
Oh, they're on their knees. Conley and Haselden, they must have thought that was in. And that's his last contribution. What a contribution by Jake Cook. Superb performance.
Yeah, could well have been the man of the match himself, actually.
Yeah, totally. And Buckley's on, Oliver Buckley. And you'd think he's coming on to take a penalty if you're bringing somebody on in this stage of the game. Will we get to penalties? Or can Pen-y-bont pinch it? Ashley Evans nips in again. Whitmore as well. Holywell clear. There's some tired legs out there now. I think they've had their chance. Pen-y-bont looking again. Reynolds. Kai Edwards still there. He's been solid in that defence. Owen. Oh, he was looking for Whitmore. Whitmore's been lively since coming on.
Yeah, it's a decent ball. Just a little bit off the mark there by Kane Owen. The skipper goes down, the goal scorer. He's got cramp, can't see him. That's how much of an effort they've put in this afternoon. Led by example.
Huge effort by Holywell. Captain's down injured. Andrews, substitute. Murray in possession, surrounded by blue shirts. Kane Owen, one of them. Oh, it's a free kick. Again, wasn't much going on.
I think he'll have to depart. Can't be taking free kicks with penalty kicks with, if he's got cramp on, has he?
Oh, and I'm sure he'd be the first to step up as well. The goal scorer started the fun and games this afternoon. His goal after 15 minutes, putting Holywell ahead. Stunning strike. Pen-y-bont was stunned following that moment. But the captain's departing. Coming on is Kai Wallace. Another one who's had 2 reds this season as well. I shouldn't laugh.
They've got some competitive players.
I think it's competitive in the Cymru North. I was looking from this disciplinary record. But on he comes. One of them in the Welsh Cup as well. We're talking about penalties. We haven't had the final whistle yet. Pen-y-bont, surely. Can they pinch it? There's a shove. The referee's pointed to the spot. It's a penalty to Pen-y-bont with what will surely be the last kick of the game. Holywell can't believe it.
So Whitmore.
There's a yellow card coming out again. Another yellow card. Oh, Holywell can't believe it. We're on the verge of penalties and they've been given a penalty. Well, the arm's on his shoulder.
Well, that's the softest penalty he's ever given. That was.
The substitute's just come on. His first contribution is to give away a penalty. Unbelievable. What a moment for Holywell. Zeb Edwards picks up the yellow cards. Plenty going on around this penalty. They're not happy. Well,
there's a lot going on as well.
Murray's going to have to watch there. He's flicked it out of his hands. There could be more yellow cards popping up here. Morgan Murray. Miles Davis is going to...
I know the lad, had his arm on his back, Dylan, but that's a pretty harsh penalty for me.
Well, there's all sorts going on. Edge of the box, there's all sorts going on. Hugh Jones referee needs plenty of help from his assistants here. Holywell, as you can obviously imagine, absolutely devastated to concede late on.
Certainly the drama
Well, Miles
continues.
Davis has had the ball throughout, but he's now just put it down. So Miles Davis has taken all the attention from the Holywell players. It's Nathan Wood that's going to take it. Top scorer this season. He scored 3 times in the Welsh Cup already. Some players can't watch. It's Wood to take Pen-y-bont into the semi-final. Cian Jones in goal. The hero for Holywell. Wood! In it goes! Off they go to celebrate with their fans. Nathan Wood does the Rashford. Pen-y-bont steal the victory right at the end. No emotions from the coaching team at the side of the pitch. Wood took it.
That is one cool penalty, Dylan. Just a little dink.
At that moment, in these circumstances, to do that.
Yeah, did he hit the ball twice there?
We'll have to see them. Not quite sure. We'll see it again. Wood celebrating. Pen-y-bont celebrating. Holywell have seconds to try and grab something from this game. So cruel for them at the end. Unbelievable finish to this game. We were waiting for penalties, and we had a penalty. And here we go. Reynolds will run it out. Woods, he's not offside.
Well, he was about 3 yards offside, to be honest. He's directly in line where we were here.
Oh, it's all happening in the corner. It's getting messy.
Yeah, the ref should have blown the final whistle straight away there.
Holywell's emotions are getting the better of them here. And although he's booked him twice, I think he's going off. There's a red card coming here. Substitute Kai Wallace has come on, conceded a penalty. He's been booked twice for incidents in the same move, and he's been sent off. I have seen this before.
Yeah.
Arsenal player, happened to Martinelli a few seasons, or last season. He was booked twice in the same move. Off he goes.
Yeah, he tried to trip somebody in the halfway line as that move progressed there. And then this final one there.
Well, again, he came in. Well, I'm nearly speechless, which isn't great for the commentator, I've got to be honest. Unbelievable finish to this game. Everything happening. When I see that, it didn't look like that much of a challenge, but then dangerous maybe. Yeah, he just kicked the player.
Kicked the player rather than the ball.
Yeah.
Player had the ball between his legs.
Can't argue with the referee on that one.
No.
Unbelievable few minutes for Kai Wallace. You've got to feel for him.
What a dramatic end of the game, though, Dylan. Absolutely.
We said he's had 2 reds this season. Make that 3 now. And there goes the final whistle. And there go Pen-y-bont into an all-Cymru Prem semi-final now. Rhys Griffiths rolls over to Johnny Haselden and Mark Connolly. Holywell done so well, but it all fell apart horribly at the end. Woods with a penalty deep into injury time, as we were expecting penalties, but Pen-y-bont have done enough. Incredible game here, and it's still happening on the pitch. Managers not happy. We'll hear from the managers.
Congratulations. You said last year's quarter-final was messy because you didn't stick to your principles. How messy was that?
Well, first half, we just weren't good enough. I have to give it to them. They were excellent first half. They got amongst us. They made it very difficult, aggressive. A few antics going on as well, hence the red cards. And they made a really tough first half. Second half, look, we were obviously completely dominant, and we just should have probably scored 5 or 6, really. And again, great defending from them, that they putting bodies on the line. But I thought we deserved it in the end. There's no question we dominated the second half, but they edged the first half. And this is cup football for you, isn't it? It's never going to be an easy ride, and I knew it wouldn't be.
2 wins from winning the Welsh Cup. Can you go one better this time?
Let's just take care of the semi-final. Hopefully, obviously, the 4 teams that were expected to go through have gone through on sort of paper. So it's going to be tough in the semi-final. We'll just try and get through that. But, you know, we've just got to forget this now and get on with Bala away next week.
Any requests for the next one? Is there an easy one left?
I don't think it matters. It's neutral ground. You know, look, everyone wants to avoid TNS. There's no question. But I don't want to play Connasky or Bala either. And I don't suppose they'll think they're going to cruise through against us. So it's going to be really tough now, but I just, fair credit to my boys, you know, first half we weren't the best, second half we were completely dominant, and we deserved it.
Diolch Rhys, congratulations again.
Ie, mae wedi bod yn dipyn o brynhawn fan hyn yn Stadiwm Gwydyr STM. Lot o ddrama, lot I drafod Owain. Gewn ni grifolog ar y gol gynta yn yr ail hanner. Gol Lewis Harling Owain Tudur-Jones ar ddystyried oedd Harling yn dawel iawn yn yr hanner gynta. Nath e bron drago Pen-y-bont nôl mewn i'r gêm yma.
Ie, dyna ti'n ffeindio fo bois sydd yn arwain ar y cae ydy ffaith. Pan mae yna degau anodd bod nhw'n sefyll I fyny, ac oedd Harling bendant wedi gwneud hynna yn yr ail hanner. Cloesiad o safon gan Miles Davies, a wedyn just cyrraedd ar yr amser cywir, a ti'n just gweld, mae hwn yn berffaith ag at y postyn pella. So Tryfynon yn siomedig bod nhw heb amddiffyn I yn weth, oherwydd oedden nhw mor dda chwarae teg yn y cwrt, ond Harling cael y gol bwysig, ac oedden ni'n meddwl mae just gol I fynd â hi gicio'r smotyn fysau de, ond o'na fwy o ddrama yn doedd. Tor calon.
Mae be bynnag nath Rhys Griffiths weid wrth I dîm hanner amser. Nath e weitho. Pen-y-bont yn dominaddu'r gêm wedyn ni, a wedyn ni cicio'r smotyn hwyr iawn. Tor calon I Drefynon Ows. Be o ti'n meddwl o'r digwyddiad?
Ie, tor calon ydy y disgrifiad gora yn anffodus yr eilydd. Dyma'r unig beth nath o, neu hwn oedd y peth cynta o'na fwy ddod gan y fo. Peth cynta I wneud oedd I ddechrau mae rhaid chdi ddilyn dy ddyn, a wedyn gwneud siŵr bod chdi ochr y gol. Mae o tu ôl iddo fo, wedyn unrhyw fath o gysylltiad lawr y fo. Mae yn gicio'r smotyn, mae'n siomedig, yr eilydd methu coelio'r peth. A wedyn sa fo ddim yn cario maen ar y cae, wedyn chi gêm. A dyn ni'n gweld, mae'n rhywbeth rhyfedd yn hon. Dwi'n siŵr os mae'n taro I droed arall o. Os mai, ddylia bod I ddim yn cyfri, ond dwi'n meddwl bod o jyst yn taro I yn erbyn y llawr. Mae'n gic rhyfedd dros ben. Dwi'n gwybod os nath o drio, ond ti'n gwybod be? Dio ddim och.
Pen-y-bont drwyddo i'r rownd gyn-derfynol am yr ail dymor yn olynol, ond ni'n gallu gweld arwynebau chwaraewyr Trefynon am ymdrech ganddyn nhw. Felly Pen-y-bont drwyddo i'r rownd gyn-derfynol gyda Cheicona, y seintiau newydd ar Bala. Tîmau I gyd o uwch gyngrau'r Cymru yn fuddigol penwythnos yma yn rownd 8 olaf Cwpan Cymru. Ac fe fydden ni nôl dydd Sadwrn, nôl at y gyngrau'r Met Caerdydd yn erbyn y seintiau newydd. Mae hwnna'n gaddo I fod yn dipyn o gêm. Reit Owain, mae dynnu'r 4 sy'n y rowndiau gynderfynol. Pwy mae'n dylygyd ar? Pwy ti'n ffansio?
Wel, mae gennym ni fanna 4 o'r 5 uchan yn y Cymru Premier, felly mae'n gry. Mae'n rownd gynderfynol cry dros ben. Mae'n anodd gweld heibio Seintiau Newydd tymor yma. Ma nhw'n edrych mor gry o dan Craig Harris yn unwaith eto, anodd gweld unrhyw un yn cael y gorau ohonyn nhw.
A os mae Pen-y-bont moyn mynd ymhellach, be rai nhw fod lot yn well na heddi.
Ond nath nhw brofi tymor dwytha I gyrraedd y ffeinal, diom och. Diom och beth ydych chi'n neud cyn hynna, just gwneud yn siŵr bod chi'n mynd I rownd nesa, a dyna nath nhw heddiw. Diom och syd. Wel,
Owain, diolch o galon am dy gwmni di heddi. Mae'n rhaid mae Pen-y-bont wastad yn joio bach o ddrama yn rownd yr 8 olaf yn hyn yng Nghwpan Cymru. Diolch o galon am eich cwmni chi. Ni'n dwlu ar Cwpan Cymru. Cyment o ddrama. Welwn ni chi wythnos nesaf. Ta-ra.
disgwyl hynna. Meddwl sydyn i gael y canlyniad gorau. Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.